If you're a Visiting Angels, Home Helpers, Comfort Keepers, or other home care franchise owner, you're typically going to have a much easier time when it comes to doing Google Ads and SEO. The short of it is that typically when we work with an SEO client from one of these types of large franchises, we'll regularly see SEO results like this within a few weeks, maximum a few months. And results like this are pretty common when it comes to doing Google Ads. But let's dive into it in a little more detail. My name is Frank. I'm the founder of Saga. We are a digital marketing firm that specializes in healthcare marketing. We've worked with all of the organizations that I just mentioned, as well as Nurse Next Door, Interim, and Home Instead. In all of the cases that I just mentioned, SEO typically is a lot easier in some ways and a bigger pain in the butt in others. Let's start out with the typical types of results that we see though. For example, this was a Home Helpers franchise that we started working with late last year. We were able to get them out ranking some pretty heavy duty websites within about a month and a half. We do good work, but honestly, we're not magicians. Results like these are only possible when you have a really authoritative website. In this case, this brand new Home Helpers franchise was outranking Home Instead, Bayada, and some other really heavy hitter websites as well. And most importantly, it did not take 3 to 6 months like you might hear from lots of SEO companies. This is an example of a Visiting Angels franchise who hasn't given us permission really to talk about them. But as you can see in the video, all of these search terms like caregivers plus city, I mean, they're top half of page 1 for virtually all of them. This was definitely not the case when we started with them back in February, about 6 months ago. They were ranking in the main town where their office is physically located, but the rest of their territory was bottom half of page 1 and middle of page 2. Within 90 days, we were able to get us here. It was mostly a matter of improving the entity optimization of the content, as well as improving the internal linking. I could show you case studies all day, but really the key thing to know is that being a franchise owner of an organization that has such an authoritative website comes with some massive perks. And one of them is that if you hire a halfway decent SEO company, they should be able to beat most of your competitors in the market, unless they too are working with a great SEO company, which frankly in the home care space is a bit unlikely. But what can you expect from Google Ads? Google Ads has 2 great things going for it. First, it's a lot more scalable than SEO. If you spend more money, you're going to get more leads. The point of diminishing returns with SEO is a lot lower than it is with PPC. A typical franchise owner probably can't spend over $25,000 a month on Google Ads. In the case of SEO, I frankly am not sure what we would do with a $10,000 a month SEO budget for a home care agency, meaning a local territory owner. The second great thing about Google Ads is that it typically will start working immediately. So let's take a look at a Visiting Angels franchise that we work with. Here are all the important numbers. This was over a time period of about 10 months, spent about $15,000, brought in 212 leads. These are conversions, phone calls, or contact form submissions. Overall, with a cost per conversion of $68. The cost per conversion that we typically see when it comes to independent home care agencies, the ones that don't necessarily have the brand of Visiting Angels, is usually in the range of $90 to $150, maybe up to $175. We've run Home Helpers and Visiting Angels and Comfort Keepers campaigns that have driven $30 and $40 leads. They typically live in that area of about $70 conversion, and also can go up to $150 a conversion. But even at $100, if you're able to close 1 in 5 of those, you have a cost per acquisition of $500 for a home care case that on average over time is going to average out to a customer lifetime value of around $15,000. This math really does work. But let's take a look at a few other cases. This was a Home Helpers franchise. In this case, you can see we had a $34.78 cost per conversion, drove a total of 107 conversions with an ad spend of only about $3,700. Again, results like this are usually impossible when you're dealing with an independent home care agency, but Home Helpers has a brand. In other words, a higher percentage of the people that click on the ad are likely to contact you, which is, in my opinion, one of the things that really brings value to being a franchise owner and honestly incurring the associated costs. If this was helpful, please consider giving it a like, and I also encourage you to check out our other videos. I'm going to link to the home care marketing playlist in the footer of this video.